What's good, Fire Gang? Your chief fire starters, LaTeisha and Dr. Barbz, are here with Catch This Fire.
Happy New Year's Eve, everybody.
Yay!
Yes,
Tomorrow's January 1st. It's 2026.
we made it.
We made it.
We're
It's been a hell
here.
of a year, hasn't it?
It has. I've
Yes.
been seeing people on social media talking about they bought themselves a push gift, and it's because they pushed through 2025.
Shut your face. For real?
I've been seeing those people. I've been seeing people post that.
A
Yes,
push gift?
a push gift. Normally it's a push gift, like you
Yes,
push
I
the
know what
kids
that
out.
is. And
Yes,
I
yes.
deserve that.
But
But
hold
wait,
on. But they've been doing saying they have they're doing buying themselves a push gift because they've pushed through 2025.
say less. The store's still open because I need one of those. So,
Right now. Right now.
2025 was 2025ing,
20
and I deserve everything.
and then some.
Yes. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta get my push gifts.
See you
Can
later.
you handle
No,
this?
I got it. I got you, girl.
Oh my
Goodness.
God. What about today?
We are talking about New Year's resolutions.
Yes.
No,
Yes. Right on time.
right on
What
time.
a coincidence.
Hmm. So there's a lot behind New Year's resolutions. So tell us a little bit about why we do them, kind of where they came from in the first place, right?
Yes. And you already know that I know, right?
I know
And
you know,
so
girl. She
it's
got
my
some research
specialty.
for us. Yes.
Yes. Let me tell you the research. So, research that only 9% of Americans who make resolutions actually complete them. 23% of them quit their resolutions by the end of the first week. So by the end of the first week of January, y'all then already quit your resolution. Ain't that crazy? And 43% quit by the end of January completely. So half of y'all who are making resolutions right now are going to quit by the end of January. Now, what's interesting is that the reason that we make these resolutions is it's because it's like a refresh, it's a restart, it's a tradition. And it started way back in a long time ago. And it's kind of like, when spring blooms, we feel refreshed. When you have New Year's, we feel refreshed. Last week, we talked about redesigning ourselves, which refreshes us. So this is just a date on the calendar that is a tradition to create some sort of resolution so that we can refresh ourselves going into the new year. The crazy thing is because it's a tradition and because it's specifically just a date, half of y'all ain't even ready to complete whatever it is that you're putting on this resolution. And because of that, that's why you don't stick to it. Let's see. 2007, there was a study that showed only 12% of people who set resolutions are successful, even though 52% of the participants were confident of their success at the beginning, showing
Yes.
there's a massive gap between confidence and follow through. And back in 2014, another study was done. 5% of participants who failed said they had unrealistic goals. 33% said they didn't keep track of their progress. So there's a lot of stuff here to unpack today.
A lot.
A, when you create goals, they need to be realistic. B, you need to somehow be strategic and track your progress. And then C, you need to be ready to actually do the thing, not just because it's January 1st.
Hello.
So,
Hello.
where
Which
shall we
one
start?
we gonna unpack? Yeah, let's say which one we gonna unpack first, right? Because this is it. This is yes.
Yes. And then what type of resolutions do people make? It's usually like diet and exercise. The
It is.
majority of people do that.
It is.
So Google searches for diet increased by 82% at the start of the new year.
Wow.
Ain't that crazy? Everybody's like, I need a
Wow.
new diet. And then all of y'all
So
eating cake by the end of the year.
that's what
End
I
of the
was gonna
month.
say. Because just think, like in again, all of this is kind of tradition, right? A
Mm-hmm.
lot of in I'm not saying there's anything wrong with tradition, but it's just like anything else. We need to know why we do it. It
Yeah.
don't it's cool that that's the tradition, but why am I continuing to partake in this tradition? Because if things don't sit with me, if they don't resonate with me, there's no need for me to continue to do it. So that's the same thing. Like when it comes to the resolution, a lot of times we're just sheep. We just jump on the bandwagon because everybody else is doing it. But again, if you aren't aligned with this and you have a true, real connection with having a New Year's resolution, quote unquote, you're not going to be able to finish it or follow through with it. Me
Yeah.
personally, if I have something that I'm gonna change, I'm not waiting until the beginning of the year.
Mm,
I'm not waiting until 2020 whatever or 20 what I'm not doing that. If I am going to and but again, that's also why a lot of things I just do things too, because what am I waiting for? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like the beginning of the year, the end of the year, the middle of the year, the first of the week. A lot of times like, oh, I'll do it
yeah,
Monday. What do you wait? What and I'm not, of course, I'm not a pessimist or anything like that. At the same time, everybody has an expiration date. Like nobody's getting out of this alive. So if we continue to postpone things or put them off, you're gonna look up. Time's gonna be done flew by, and then you ain't gonna never make no changes. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
It's interesting. It's called temporal landmarks,
mm,
where we, in our brain, we create these moments in time of when we will do something so that we don't have to do it right now. We're going to make a plan to do it later. I agree. I tackle my goals throughout the year.
facts.
There's no specific, like, I'm going to wait until January 1st. Otherwise, I'd be waiting forever, but I will tell y'all one secret. During the holidays, I eat whatever I want, and I do say that Imma be better on January 1st, and I am because I eat more cake and more cookies, and I just eat trash all the month of December. I say, "F it, I'm eating it, I don't care. I want my cake, I want my ice cream, I want my all my goodies," and then by January, it is gone. I do stick to that, though, but it's not really a diet change. You know what my diet change is I ate all them damn cookies and that cake in December because I don't
Yes.
usually like that.
I mean, and I've known people who have explained to me that like their diet changes the bit depending on what season of the year it is. So
Yes,
say for instance,
yes,
and again, you know how I am. It's kind of going back
yeah.
to the cycle and the nature of things, right? Because technically you do want to eat more heavier fatty stuff in the wintertime because
Mhm,
guess
mhm.
what? You technically supposed to be like hibernating or you know what I'm saying, recouping, kind of like
Yes,
how the squirrels do. They're gonna go hoard shit so they have shit to eat in the
yes,
winter. Then
yes.
versus summer and spring, you do want to have more light stuff. You moving around more, you able to kind of metabolize things differently. The sun is out, that's a whole different thing and the nutrients that you're getting from just being outside. So
Mhm.
again, if we think about kind of like how you said in the spring it blooms, so why wouldn't I start to do things in the spring and following the cycle of what really is happening? Because ultimately the date, I'm not gonna go too far into it, but the date itself it's all man made, right? That's not anything that it doesn't align with nature. I start the new year. If just look at farmers, just look at people that, garden and stuff like that. They not
Mhm.
out there in the middle of winter putting nothing out.
Well, it's
Now,
cold outside.
it's cold outside.
I hate to interrupt you on this very important, point, but that's probably why I won't go to the gym in January. I can put that on my calendar all I want to, but if it's cold outside, I'm not going.
Period. I mean, but again, and that comes with having a level of insight for yourself,
Mhm,
right? That's being
mhm.
honest with yourself. And that's also saying, I'm not going to force something that doesn't feel natural to me. We do that a lot. So if you're saying, oh, I'm going to start a New Year's resolution just because it's a day that's changed on the calendar, what was so different about the last 2 days? Because regardless of the facts of when you start, what you're going to start, the time is going to go by. You can't stop it.
Yeah,
So it's giving us a false sense of reassurance that, oh, I have time, one, like you said, and then two, I can just wait till this date and then everything's gonna be fixed. Because
right.
we understand the different stages of change too. You could be pre contemplation stage for a hell of a long time. And it don't matter if it's the first, the 10th, the January, the 10th or February, the 10th, or freaking October 10th. If you're not at that stage where you're going to do something different, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. At the end of the day, temporal landmarks like January 1st don't have special power.
They do not. You possess the
Power
we
right.
possess the special
We
power.
give
You
the
yes,
power to
yes.
the things that motivate us. And so, I forgot what this word was, this phrase or this concept, but there's a concept when um there has to be some sort of trigger to make someone want to change something. And without the trigger, most people won't make the change. But I would argue that you would want to try to make the change before the trigger because usually the trigger is bad, right? So, for example, as a nurse, a lot of people won't change their health habits until they get a diagnosis, until you've gotten the I have high blood pressure, I have the diabetes. Until then, you don't want to change your diet. You have to have a trigger. And
Yes.
so for just regular goals that are outside of your health, a lot of people need a trigger in order to be motivated to do something different. I want to argue that before the trigger occurs, you need to already be motivated to make improvements on yourself because I'll tell you this, what I've learned is that if you wait for the door to open to then be triggered to make the change, you are going to be passed up. You are not prepared. You are not.
Correct.
The door is open and you aren't even ready to go through it. You have to prepare yourself before the door opens. So you can't wait for a trigger.
So I think that has a lot to do with like how our society is, especially in this country, right? When we speak about healthcare specifically, like you
Hmm.
talked about, we wait until we get the high blood pressure diagnosis because then you're on medication. Then you have to do this. Then you have to do that, right?
Hmm.
So and we're more reactive to things in this country.
That's it. We're reactive, not proactive.
We're not proactive. We don't
Yeah.
try to prevent a lot. We just want to react once we get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And
Hmm.
it's just one of those things. I feel like it's again a multifaceted kind of thing because not only do we get that in society, we might get that, in our school settings, we might get that over here. It's like as long as you have done this work or you've turned this in and you keep getting this grade, but you're not looking at my actual work, that my work isn't really up to par. You're just
Hmm.
giving me the grade because I'm showing up and I'm turning something in. But
Yeah.
then am I really for real getting the concepts or you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
again, then once I take a test and then I flunk the test, then my grade is bad. But this whole time you've been saying I've been cool and I really ain't got nothing. I just been here showing up. You feel what I'm saying? It's kind
Hmm.
of similar because going back to the high blood pressure, when we take the test, this is one of those things where I'm starting to understand a little bit more also when it comes to like the healthcare field. It's like you have like these different stages that you could be in. Like I'm pre-diabetic,
Yeah.
right? Then I'm diabetic, and then I'm like insulin. And I might be saying this wrong, so correct me if I am wrong. But then I'm insulin resistant. It's like, well, damn, just a month ago you told me that I was just pre-diabetic. So at that point, to me, that's
Hmm.
when I need to start making changes. At the end of the day, though, if we can, just like with self care, that needs to be something that I'm doing on a regular basis. It can't be something that, oh, this somebody made me mad today. Now I'm going to go practice self care. Because if we're proactive, preventative, then we can kind of reduce, right? Or not the impacts won't be so great when it does happen because I've already kind of conditioned myself, prepared myself, or kind of eliminating all of the BS already.
Yeah. Yeah. And so the trigger itself, if we're always waiting to be triggered in order to make a change, then we are reactive and we aren't preparing ourselves for the future in a way that we can achieve the impossible,
Yes.
right?
We're
Um,
we're stuck in survival mode. That's
that's
survival.
ma'am, that's it. Yes.
You can't
Yes.
thrive. Like, how you've seen the diagnosis of failure to thrive because I'm always in survival mode. I can't even thrive. I can't even be regulated enough to even understand what is going on with me, not only physically, but mentally, emotionally, because I'm just, every time a trigger happen, I'm just responding. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I got to do this. I got to do this.
Yeah.
Everything is a heightened sense of urgency
Yeah.
when you cannot function at your fullest capacity as a human being like that.
No,
It's
and
just
you're
not
gonna reach
possible.
burnout eventually.
Literally,
You're gonna burn yourself out.
literally.
And so creating goals, I think, is instrumental and it's critical for your evolvement and or evolution to become her so that you can embody her, whoever she is for you. But it's not because it's January 1st, y'all, because
No.
you're not motivated and ready to start whatever goal it is that you have, then you're not going to stick with it, you know? And so I want to talk a little bit about how to create goals because I think that's also important.
Yes.
So and we can teach classes on goal setting and all the different methods of goal setting because there's plenty of different methods from SMART goals to other goals, like whatever. So I'm curious, Tisha, how do you set goals? Like what, because you set goals all the time. So I'm curious, like just what comes to mind? Like what's the framework that you would use?
Kind of a smart goal a little bit because I do want to make sure that this is realistic and I can do this at in a certain time frame. However, I have long-term goals. Like I have lifetime goals that I want to accomplish, and then I still have things that I need to kind of get done more, urgent or quicker. You know what I'm saying, or
Mhm.
sooner. So one of the things I look at is again, what do I want my life to look like? What do I want to accomplish, and why do I want to accomplish it? So let's say, I had a goal, going back to school when I got my master's degree, and I
Mhm.
knew that I wanted more opportunity in my field, right? So, because I didn't necessarily have to, at the same time, I'm like, okay, I want to do this. And as I started to look at what I wanted to do, that was an avenue or an aspect that I needed to accomplish in order to get to where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
So, just being strategic about it, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to, how I look, how I feel, it kind of starts there. I have made goals because I was triggered, right? Or because it was
We all
something that
have.
we all have. I have found it that I enjoy the process better when it's not
Mhm.
in that type of way, right? Because
Because it becomes a
again,
journey.
you embrace the journey, right?
Yeah.
You enjoy even the ups and downs or the turmoil that might come along, the bumps in the roads that come along on the journey. You just like, all right, let me slow down a little bit, bump in the road, little speed bump, you know what I'm saying? And you keep going versus when you are in that survival mode or when you're just constantly, it's a sense of urgency. You don't even realize that you've even accomplished the goal half the time. And then you
Mhm.
already gone ready to go on to the next one. And you like, well, wait a minute. You just been going hard for the last 10 years, dog. Like, chill out. Can we enjoy your mind and body is like, well, hell, can I enjoy what we just did? We worked our ass off. And here you are,
Yeah.
you got 10 more goals. You already, girl, sit down. Can we get this? Can we enjoy this?
So
Can we
triggered.
enjoy this?
I feel triggered.
I'm only hey, I'm only speaking from experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing too. It kind of goes back to what you said, like having a smart goal or having the way that you are going to make this goal, you
Mhm.
have to be ready for it. It's
Yeah.
almost like one time I was talking to somebody about possibly having a kid or not, right? And they were like, "Well, I can do it now, or I could wait." And I said, "Well, how do you want to feel while you're pregnant?"
Mhm.
Do you want to be in a state of mind, in a state of being where you can actually enjoy the pregnancy, right? Or do you want to be just going, going, going to where you just right? I can't wait to have this baby. I can't wait to this. I can't wait to that because it still puts us in a different mind frame. Like you talked about memory on an episode or two before. When we are dealing with trauma or we're in survival mode, our memory is not the same.
Right.
We don't even. It's like you basically have like periods of blackout because you are literally in survival mode because a part of your brain is shut down. So you're not even able to recall half of the stuff that went on during this time frame because of the state of mind that you were in.
Right.
So it's much, and then at the same time we're also creatures not only of habit, but we want the reward, right?
Mhm.
Which is another reason why it's important to track your progress, because we get conditioned. So if I
Mhm.
never track my progress or I never sit down and enjoy the goal that I've accomplished, then I'm going to keep on going and keep on going, because in the back of my subconscious mind, I've never accomplished nothing anyway.
Yeah.
I remember telling myself that. I remember really like in a state of damn near a deep depression because I felt like I had not accomplished it. And I had
Right.
to do my own inner work, what I would tell a client or the things that I learned in my own training, and sit down. And somebody was like, "What you mean you ain't accomplished nothing?" Like, girl, like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I haven't, I didn't do it. Oh, poor me. You know what I'm saying? And so I
Yes.
sat down and I did the work, and I actually sat with myself and listed out the shit. Every freaking year, multiple times a year, I had done some stuff. I had
Yeah.
accomplished some shit. So
Yeah.
it's again, we do want the goals to be realistic. We do want them to be specific, right? Because
Mhm.
I've worked with people and they're like, I just want to be a better person. Well, I need you to be a little bit more specific than that, because what does a better person look like? Right?
Yeah.
I can say I want to be a bad bitch. What does a bad bitch look like to you? You know what I mean? I want to be successful. What does success look like to you? So it has to be very, very specific, because if
Yes.
it's that specific, if it's that point on, you won't entertain anything that's not going to help you get to that specific thing, because I've detailed it so much.
Yeah. I think you touched on multiple amazing points. It needs to be specific. If it's general and broad, you don't even know if you've attained it because it's too broad. It needs to be measurable. How do you know you attained it if you don't have some sort of way to determine if you hit the goal? And we're not talking about collect data and weird stuff, but if you say that you're going to run a mile by the end of January, then you should be tracking whether or not you actually ran a mile, just not willy-nilly running around in circles, but you
Right.
actually have your watch or your phone or something tracking whether or not you've actually achieved your goal. That's what we mean by measurable. It needs to be attainable. If you give yourself unrealistic goals and you are unable to attain them, you're going to lose motivation. And you did that to yourself.
Yep.
And then they need to be realistic, and they also need to have a time period on them. So SMART goals. Otherwise, if you don't give yourself a time period, it could just be whenever. I'm just going to achieve this whenever. And so you have to give yourself some sort of a deadline to hold yourself accountable. I like the what you said about celebrating wins. You have to celebrate your wins. And you have like long term, you have short term goals. And so that your long term goal can be this very extraneous thing. I'm going to get to Z from point A to Z. But when you get to like D, I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to get to H, I'm going to celebrate. And I've done that. For example, when I was finishing my PhD, there's a process where you defend your dissertation and then you actually graduate on a different day. And so when you defend your dissertation, they grill you like, why did you do that? Why did you say that? Why did you pick that? Why did you? And you're just like, oh, okay. I did it this way because y'all told me to. No, I'm just kidding. But you have to be able to explain it. And so they grill you and grill you and grill you. Then they go off into a room and they go whisper and then they come back and they tell you whether or not you pass. And they'll say, congratulations, doctor, whoever. Or they're like, not yet, not quite. And
Right.
so
Right.
when they came back and said, congratulations, I immediately gave myself a win. What did I do? I think I bought myself something. As if I couldn't have bought it before, but I waited for that moment so that it felt like I won something, like I did something. And then when I graduated, I bought myself something else. Not saying you gotta buy yourself stuff, but apparently that's how I treat myself. Is I buy her things, I buy her
At the
things.
same time, it's the reward though, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's the reward. And then again, because like you want to, it's kind of like when you go to work, you want to check.
Yes, that's my reward for coming here. My short-term goal is to receive payment. My long-term goal is not to be fired. I'm just
When I
kidding.
was in the education system, no, for real. No, I mean, but seriously, sometimes it has to be that cut and dry or that black and
Yeah,
white. You know what I'm saying? Because when we start to do too much with it, with goals, it starts to get convoluted and you're forgetting, like, no, this is it. It's just this simple, specific thing.
yeah.
I am coming every day, short term to get paid. 2 weeks,
Yes.
1 week, once a month, whatever it is. And then my long term is so that I don't get fired because I got shit to do in the meantime, right?
You know what? And your job wants you to have different goals. They want you to
Yeah,
have these weird professional goals. But my goal is just to come to work and tolerate this bullshit every day. But I can't write that on my performance eval.
you
Don't tell people I
cannot,
said
ma'am.
don't tell them I said
No,
that.
ma'am. You cannot write
You have
that
to
on
put that
your
on my
performance
evaluation.
eval.
Yes.
They're gonna be like, "Excuse
Be
me,
able to tolerate more bullshit. Able to handle other people's bullshit all the time. Okay, sorry y'all. I'm venting a little now.
we can't help it.
Okay. I
It's okay."
know, girl. Okay. So anyway, so fresh starts help us close the chapter on past stuff, but it's temporary without a system behind it. And that's what we're talking about. It's creating the system. It's the strategy. So if you create a goal, but you don't put a strategy behind it, you are less likely to achieve it. But if you create a strategy behind it, which is creating your SMART goals, write them down, check in on them at some sort of cadence, regular like time periods, whether it's weekly, daily, monthly, whatever it is, depending on what your goal was. Check in on your goals and make sure that you are on track. I love creating 90-day checklist. I'm so weird. I love a 90-day checklist. I like to use AI to help me. So here's a good tip. Drop into ChatGPT what it is that you're trying to do. Ask him or her, whoever he or she is to you,
Whatever you've named them.
because you can actually name your ChatGPT and
Yes,
it'll respond as whoever. I
yes,
had a friend who named their ChatGPT Frank, and he would respond when you say, "Hey Frank," and he would actually respond. I was like, "That's
yeah.
weird." But
I've
anyway,
even I know, really, I remember a long time ago, like when the like Tom Toms and stuff were first
mhm.
out, like I didn't call them Tom. I would just make up a name. I still do that. I'm like when my GPS is on, I'm like, okay, Susie, I got it. Carla, like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever day. This just made me think of that. Go ahead.
Oh, that's kind of weird, Tisha. All right. Um,
I have my courts.
whatever it is that you're trying to do, throw it into Chat GPT and ask Chat GPT and kind of give him kind of where you are. This is what I want to do. This is where I am. This is kind of what my past is. These are some barriers that I have. Here's some tools that I have. Now create a plan for me, whether that's a 30-day plan, a weekly plan, a 90-day plan. I love a 90-day plan. But I will say it takes 21 days to form a habit. Create a 21-day plan. That should help you get over the hump so that whatever it is that you're doing becomes a part of your routine.
Yes. And then
Uh,
that helps with follow through.
mm-hmm.
That helps with follow through.
Yep. And I keep my little 90-day checklist in my bag. I pull it out all the time. You know what, Tisha, where's your 90-day checklist? Did you make it yet?
We not talk. This is not what we talking about right now. Hey, because this one
I
here,
gotta
y'all.
hold you accountable.
That's what I was just about to tell the people. This one right here is going to hold you accountable. It be on random times though. I'm like, damn, you want us to ask me that right now? Like, I ain't ready. You know what I'm saying?
I would be like the trainer who just shows up out of nowhere and just slaps the burger out of your
Yes,
hand. That is
yes,
me.
yes,
Didn't I
yes.
say don't eat that shit?
Girl, where is this shit at? Yeah. So again, I appreciate the being held accountable because Lord knows I
Get your
need it.
90-day checklist done, ma'am.
My 90 and I actually have 2 things I need to do, like the
Okay.
90-day checklist and then that list I need to make.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. We'll talk here in a minute.
Yes, we will.
Okay.
She about to rate my shit.
Another good tip though is to not use negative language in your goals. Only
For
use
sure.
positive language. I took this class very recently about the way that our brains think. And when we use negative language, then we focus more on that than the actual kind of vision of what we're trying to do. So you have to stick with the vision. What's the thing that you're trying to achieve? And that's the language that you put into your plan.
Yes.
So if I want to be, what's a good one? What's a positive thing that I can do? Instead of saying, I'm going to stop eating so much cake,
Yes.
instead, I'm going to say, I'm going to eat 3 servings of fruit per day.
Yes.
Hopefully that curbs my appetite for all that cake. Not that I eat a lot of cake. I made it seem like I eat a lot of cake in this episode. I don't.
It's okay.
But it's the
You like
holidays
that
and you
sweet.
should eat cake.
Nah.
I mean, I just think that calories from cake don't count in December. It's just the way it is.
Pies,
But
cobbler, puddings, all
don't
that.
count. It
Eat it.
doesn't count.
It does.
Now, it starts to count January 1st. Now, so instead of me saying don't eat so much cake, on my plan, I'm going to say I'm going to eat more fruit. And the reason is
Very much
because
so.
if I write the cake, then all I'm thinking about is the cake.
It goes back to, again, like you said, how we are as humans, how our
Mm-hmm.
brains are set up. That's like you telling somebody, don't do this. You tell a kid, don't don't run. What do?
Yes. The first thing they do
Run.
is run.
First thing I do is run. So
Don't
again,
touch that.
I'm touching it. You know what I mean? So it's like like you said, take out all of the negative language, the don'ts, the can'ts, the won'ts, the
Mm-hmm.
couldn't, and all that. All it has to go like out of there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It has to
Yes.
be replaced with more of a positive command type of thing, or
Exactly.
something that is present. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you said, I won't eat any more cake. I will eat fruit. I
Yes.
eat more fruit. You know what I'm saying? I
Yes.
enjoy the fruit. Like it's a whole, and when you eat the fruit, practice mindfulness. Eat mindful eating when you eat the fruit because it's making you feel refreshed. You're feeling the different flavors burst on your tongue. You know what I'm saying? We did a whole little thing on that, a whole little exercise of mindful
You
eating.
tell.
And it actually works though.
Yeah.
Like all this stuff I'll be seeing, it ain't like I'm just like, I get it, and I embrace it, I try it, and I do it, and then I
Yeah.
embody it, and I'm like, "Okay, this shit's really" you know what I'm saying? And
Girl,
I know
there is research to support what you're
there
saying. I
is
can go find it for
research.
you.
It
Yes.
literally is research
Yes.
to support this, you know what I'm saying? So, it's not
Yes.
like we're just getting this out of the air, and we're just saying this woo-woo stuff, even though a lot of people feel like when you get into research and science and different things like that, that it's just so far out, but it's really not.
No.
You know what I'm saying? We're
Mm-hmm.
just giving you the strategy as well as the evidence-based research that's backing it up. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Yes.
Yes. It's not
Yes.
just stuff we came up with.
No, it is
Right.
not.
So the other tip that I have is that Here's the thing. A lot of times we create goals and we have dreams that are often based on who we are at this moment. But really, your goal is to become her, right? It's always about becoming her. So I need to create goals that align with her, not
Yes,
with my current state. And so, in order for me to be capable of achieving those goals, then I need to create the goals that align with her.
yes,
Okay. So, in order to be transformed into that more capable version of myself, I'm going to have to rise up and achieve those particular goals. If I'm only going to create goals for this me, then I'm going to just stay here and just be this me.
yep, yep,
So, I think that's fascinating too. So,
absolutely.
have you ever created goals for her?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Yes, that's why I'm her.
What shit was that, Barbara?
No, but seriously, I have. I literally have. It is even to the point now where I am kind of like we talked about the last time. Like I have created these certain goals, but I started to embody how I would feel. I started to wake up like, would she feel like this? Or would she feel like this when she woke up? You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Would she do this when she woke up? Or would she do this when she wouldn't do this? Like, girl, you
yeah.
tripping. You know what I'm saying? And
I
so a
love
lot of times
that.
it's like you talked about too, like we want to wait until something happens or like this trigger. But at the same time, if we started, we don't even really realize we're in the middle of it. I was talking to a client one time and she was like, well, I just can't wait till my breakthrough. I can't wait till my breakthrough. I said, baby, you are in the midst of your breakthrough. This is
In the
it.
middle of it.
You're
Yes.
breakthrough. You're breaking through. I was gonna say
Yes,
breakthrough.
you're breaking through. I love that.
You're
Oh,
breaking through right
yes.
now. Like it's
Yes.
like you're in the process of it being broken. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
we can't, and regardless of the facts, right? When you make a goal, when you want to become her, when you have this transformation that you want to make, it is going to require change.
And people hate change.
We are creatures of habit. We want the comfort. We want the
Mhm.
already know what to expect. We want the patterns, the you know what I'm saying? All of those types of things. Nothing happens in your comfort zone.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
get to her if you cannot change something. And it
Yeah.
always doesn't have to be like, these drastic, huge changes all at one time. They can be gradual, steady changes because progress is progress.
Yeah.
Again, doesn't matter if it's like this huge thing right now or it's small, little bitty things, which is also another reason why it's important to track what you are doing. It's important to look at, am I even closer to my goal? Because if you can track that you're getting closer to the goal, again, it's conditioning. It's going to help you to continue to go, especially if you put a reward on top of it. You give
Yeah.
yourself a gift for doing it. You like,
Mhm.
you tell yourself, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Now, I do want to say that when you are creating goals, try to space them out a little bit because if you're changing too much at one time, that's going to be a shock to your system and you're going to be less likely to achieve it because it's just too much at one time.
Too much at one time.
We do prefer comfort. We see the patterns, we fall back into those patterns. And in order for you to kind of break that cycle, you can't change everything at one time
Yes.
yourself just a little bit at a time. That's kind of like when you do a diet, you're not
Yes.
supposed to like change your entire diet. Just add some fruits, just add some vegetables.
Take away this.
Right.
Put
But if
that in.
all at once, that's a shock to your system. You're not going to last.
No,
Right.
not at
So,
all.
um, now some people will. I mean, let's keep it honest, but for the majority of people, it's going to be too much.
Yes.
There
I
was
mean,
something
just like,
you said. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Cause I'm thinking.
I was just gonna say, like, when it comes to it's kind of like stopping something cold turkey,
Mm-hmm.
or like you said, gradually doing it. Some people can like it's like say for instance, somebody smokes cigarettes. Somebody might be like, I'm done. This is
Mm-hmm.
it. Never pick up a pack, ever again in life. Versus somebody else might need the nicotine patch. They might need to, go from they might even still have this thing that they do where they still have the cigarette in their hand. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Just like everybody is different, but that's also why it's important to start with that like level of meditation or just like calm. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Reset.
So yes, yes. So that you can start to get the insight about what works for you. right?
Yeah.
Because let's look at a diet. Literally, diets aren't just a diet or short term. It should literally be a lifestyle change. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
We
that
look
part.
at it. We
Yes.
look at it like, oh, I'm gonna diet. I'm gonna do keto. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be vegan. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna, you know, only do a part. I mean, all these different things that we come up with, and we always can find where someone has had success with it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So then we
Honestly, the
try it
word diet in itself is a negative word.
in it's because it gives you a sense of restriction.
Yes.
Right? Who the hell wants to be restricted when they eat? Again, I'm
Not me.
practicing
I wanna eat
mindfulness
my cake.
eating. You know what I'm saying? I am enjoying all of the flavors and the textures and
Yeah.
all of this. So who the hell wants to be restricted? So
Right.
again, it's about a lifestyle change because if I change these things in my life, I'm producing and becoming the person that I want. Because what do I want?
Mhm.
I want to be healthy. I want to have more energy. I want to feel good. I want my digestive system to work regularly on a regular basis. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's what we're meaning when we say be specific about a goal. It can't I can give an example. I remember writing in my journal years and years ago, I wanted this, I wanted that, talking about a man, right? I wanted
Mm.
this, and this. And it was some things that I got with that mate that were specific to what was in the journal, but at the same time, I wasn't specific enough because the things that were very much more important didn't show up in that person, right? So I was
Mhm.
so blinded by these few things that I put down or wasn't as specific about when this showed up. I'm like, this is it. That wasn't it.
Yeah.
That wasn't it. If I had the flag, I keep forgetting my damn flag. But if I had the flag, I would put it up, right? Because and that's another thing. Like we have to be specific so that we can prepare for whatever it is we want.
Yeah.
If I'm not specific, I'm not making the proper adjustments in my life to even receive what this thing is I'm supposed to be working for or wanting so bad.
Agreed. Agreed. Well, I'm curious.
Oh
Did
shit.
did you make a New Year's resolution? Are
I
you
did
starting
not.
something new tomorrow?
Not tomorrow. No, I'm not starting anything. I'm already in the breakthrough. You hear me? I'm already in the change and the transition and the
Yes.
evolution. I'm becoming her now. Now again, part of the reason is if there's something that I'm gonna go with the how I'm feeling, what the nature of things is. And I also know me when it's gloomy, kind of like how you said about going to the gym in the winter. When it's gloomy
Mhm.
outside, when it's cold outside, I'm less motivated to make different changes in my life. So I literally use that time to reflect, you know what I'm saying? Take some insight, kind of take some inventory about what I want things to look like sooner because I follow the seasons. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
kind of like with the circadian rhythm. Like I go to sleep. I could go to sleep late. I'm still gonna get up by the time the sun comes up.
Me
You know what I'm
too.
saying? When the
I hate
lights
that.
come on outside,
The lights come on outside. Don't do me.
then you didn't even have to say nothing. Nobody would have never known.
When God turns on the lights, I wake up.
Literally. And again, I can now sometimes depending on how long or what I've done the night before and how long I've stayed up, sometimes I can go back to sleep, but 9 times out of 10, I'm not sleeping past 6:30, 7 o'clock. It's just not gonna happen. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It just I don't even have to sometimes I need an alarm to wake up, but for the most part, I'm waking up and I'm like, what time is it? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it's again, so that's what works for me. It's not a particular date that works for me. I have to have things aligned so that I'm able to flow into this change. I don't
Yeah.
really want to force things and try to make things come to my life either because when we try to force things, it doesn't work. It's like trying to make a puzzle piece fit that doesn't belong there. I
Yeah.
don't have me personally, it doesn't really help with it
I
doesn't
agree.
work for me. You know what I mean?
I think that's key is that sometimes when we're creating these resolutions, we're forcing something. That's right there. That's it.
Yep.
Clock it as that part as no.
Listen here. No, there you go.
So I have a few red flags. These are obvious red flags. So you don't have to even wave your red flag
Okay.
today. You do not have to go
Okay.
get it.
Okay.
So here's
You
some
know
red
you know all
flags.
about that. How about that
Wait,
shit?
hold on. Let me go get my red flag. Yes, I got a whistle and everything. Okay. So here's some red flags. If you are indeed wanting to set up a New Year's resolution, red flag. Okay. Your resolution depends on someone else changing first.
Mm.
It's a red flag. You cannot wait for the other people to change. It has to be your internal motivation to change within yourself.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Chef
because
kiss.
we do that a lot.
We do that a lot.
Yeah,
Well,
we
if
wait
they
we're
do
waiting on
this, I'll
somebody
do
else.
this. Well, if they ain't gonna do it, I ain't gonna do it.
Yes, we do that all the time. Yes, okay. Let's see. You have made the same resolution 3 years in a row. Just stop. Stop right there.
See, it's okay.
Just stop.
It's okay.
Just don't do that one. Because obviously you're not motivated to do that one for some reason. For whatever reason, you're not triggered to do that one quite yet. So your motivation needs to be a little deeper before you're
Yes.
able to accomplish whatever that one is.
You need to be a little bit far in your stages of change.
Yeah, yeah.
Further.
Further. Um, you find an accountability partner, but they are just as unaccountable as your ass is.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it full. I'm gonna keep it 100 right now, right? I have literally done that before, where I have found an accountability partner, and I know good and damn well they ain't gonna hold me accountable because I ain't hold myself. We ain't holding each other accountable. We ain't doing nothing we supposed to be doing. But it was like, oh, okay, it's fine, girl. Don't worry about it. We don't gotta meet today, or don't trip. I ain't. It's like,
Yeah,
no, you're defeating the whole purpose. Like, no, you're not ready. Me, you, like, you know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
wasn't ready. Yeah,
No, you're not ready because that's who you chose. You knew that
exactly.
person wasn't gonna hold you accountable, and you wasn't gonna hold them accountable. You know
Nope.
y'all both ain't trying to go to the gym.
Yep.
You know that you don't wanna go,
Nope. And you ain't.
and that's why you picked that person
Yep.
because you know she's not going either. But it sounded good.
It sounded great at the
Sounded
time.
great. It did. Let's see. The idea of "I'll figure it out as I go" is your entire strategy. Red flag. You need to have a plan. Put it down. Strategy. What are your steps? What is your goal? How are you going to achieve it? Is it specific? Is it measurable? Is it attainable? Is it realistic? Do you have a time period on that thing? And then you need to track so that you
Yes.
can see if you actually are meeting your goals. And then I love, again, a checklist of things that I'm going to do in order to achieve my goal.
Begin with the end in mind and work backwards.
Exactly. You're going to embody her. That's the end. And then you're going to figure out how to get there.
Yep.
Your goal isn't written anywhere except your head.
I have literally struggled with this with some of my clients
Okay.
because I'm like, hey, write it down. Do you have this written down? Or, get it like when I'm telling them to do different exercises and stuff like that. I'm like, hey,
Hmm.
well, I already know it. I already know it. And I'm like, I get that, that it's here, right? That's
Hmm.
the beginning of it. Like, you still need to put it on paper, see it in black and white, be able to track it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like why people do vision boards and have journals and all
Yeah.
these different things that are visual because we're visual people. Like, what we see is literally 80% of how we process things.
Yeah.
So if you don't write it down, you don't have a vision board, you don't have a freaking collage, like you don't have something that you can see, it's not
Yeah.
going to help you. It's not going to resonate the same way it would as if you did. You know what
Oh,
I
for
mean?
sure. Yeah.
And they were like, well, I don't write and I don't do this. It's not, nobody's going to see it. Nobody's going to read it. Nobody cares. It could be chicken scratch. You know what I mean? But like a quote, I think it might have been Erica Badu or somebody else, put that shit on paper and watch it get real.
That's the actual quote.
I believe I might be, let me look it up. I might be,
But
you
what?
are hilarious.
You heard it here first. That was the quote. I love it so much. Oh my God.
My goodness, now I gotta look it up. You
I'm
are
gonna die
fun.
today. Okay. It's hot now. All right. Okay. But you know what? Have you watched that show Being Mary Jane or whatever with Gabrielle Union? It was on BET a long
No.
time ago. Being Mary Jane. She was
Yes,
you remember?
yes. Is it no, no, I haven't seen that, but I just
But you've
looked the
heard of
quote
it?
up. No, I looked the quote up.
The quote is real. I love it so much. Who said that?
Erica Badu. He said,
Of course she
"Write
did.
it."
And there has to be evidence-based because Erica's very successful. So if
Shit.
Erica said do it, let's do it, y'all.
Write it down on
Okay?
paper with a real pen with real intent and watch it get real. So I did add a little edge to
Oh.
it.
Oh, I'm gonna die today. Oh, so funny. Oh, can't breathe. All right.
How? Okay.
You found that in the
Mary
research.
Jane.
It's real. All right. No, but being Mary Jane, if you guys have ever watched that show, it's on BET, you can stream it. But she would write little things on like sticky pads, little notepads, and she would stick it all over the place. And wherever she was like going, like she could read what she wrote, kind of keeping her mindset. I thought that was interesting. It looked a little mental, but I could
Yes.
see what she was doing.
Yes.
Another note is going back to what I said about Jim Carrey, where he wrote himself, did I say that today? He wrote a check to himself for $1 million. And he was like, I am going to achieve $1 million at some point in my career very soon. I'm the shit. And so I'm going to cash this. I'm writing a check to myself. And wherever he posted that thing, I would post it right where I'm walking past every day. And the thing about it is, it seems crazy, but every time I'm kind of thinking about whatever it is I'm doing, and if I saw that, it would keep me in the mindset to keep going. I'm going to keep going. Nope, I'm not going to quit. Nope, I'm not going to quit. I said I was going to do that. And so that kind of helps you to stay in the mindset because you can easily lose motivation
Yes. But
by
that's your
the
why. That's
smallest thing.
remembering your why.
Yes, and when you see it, you're like, "All right, get your shit together, girl. Come on.
Girl, come on. Snap out of it.
You're
Let's go.
right.
We got shit
You're
to
right.
do. You
Come
know what
on."
I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
time out
Really,
on all that.
really.
You can do all that
So,
later.
yes, yes. And half the time, the stuff we're even upset about is so uh, minuscule or
Yes.
minor.
Minute.
No.
Yes. Very,
Minor
very,
inconveniences. I had to talk to a
very.
friend about this the other day. He was ready to cut off this whole friend group, y'all. Whole friend group over a minor inconvenience. And I was like, really? He was like, okay, mom. Again, communicating with my younger children. Okay. Anyway,
I had to actually adapt that though. When I found
tell us
myself kind of
more.
getting worked up or like,
Yeah.
oh my God, like you said, ready to just cancel the whole thing out. I'm like, okay, before you continue to allow yourself to get upset, worked up, pressed, whatever emotion behind the thing I was having, right? Is this going to make a difference in the next 20, 30 minutes? Are you going to give a damn about this tomorrow? Is this preventing you or the people you're responsible for eating? From eating? Is
Mm-hmm.
this preventing them from like I had to go through that whole thing. And 9 times out of 10, like you said, it means that big of it's gonna
Yeah.
make that big of a fucking difference.
Very
Girl, let
minor.
that go. And then, but that's when also too, where you find like you're in this different state of looking at things or this different state of being. And then you see people that are making a mountain out of a molehill.
Mm,
And then they look back at you like you're so cold or you're so mean or you're just
they do.
nonchalant and you're this and you're that. It's like
Yeah. You don't care.
I don't give two flying fucks
Yeah.
about none of that shit. You hear me? Like just keeping it all the way real. I don't care.
Because it's so minor. And
And
I know
again,
that. Unfortunately,
I
you don't, but I do.
do. I
Yeah.
do. And my
Yeah.
shit's for me because I'm becoming her. And
Yes.
she definitely ain't gonna give a fuck about that.
She don't give two shits about any of that. And since I'm going to embody her, I don't give two shits either. How about that? Okay. And let's see. Do I have any more that are red flags that are interesting? I got a whole list of them. Oh, when people skip. So have you ever heard somebody like, well, I skipped today, but I'm gonna double up tomorrow?
Yes.
Red flag, red flag. This is not gonna work for you. Let's regroup.
This is not an antibiotic.
You shouldn't take your antibiotics like that, Tisha. No.
Okay, right, exactly.
No.
When we do that, just think about that though. Like any type of medication order, you be like, oh, I'll just take 2 of them. No, that is not how
No.
that shit is prescribed. You know what I'm
No.
saying?
Can
You
you
cannot.
imagine? So I'm gonna use blood pressure pills as an example
Yeah.
because I forgot to take my blood pressure pill this morning. So tonight I'm gonna take 2.
See?
Girl, you about to die. Don't do that.
That's what
Don't
I'm
do
but in
that.
our minds, we can though. In our
Yeah,
minds, it makes more sense. "Oh, I'll just take 2 of them." It's like, "No,
yeah.
that is not
Ooh, another good example is birth control. That has never worked. You about to get pregnant.
girl, shut the
Okay, women's health nurse right here. I've heard it all the time. I skipped my birth control pill. I was busy. I forgot. I took 2 the next day, and here I am pregnant. Oh, is that right? Are you? Are you pregnant?
heck
Because that's not
yeah.
how it was prescribed.
No,
You
but
can't double
we
up.
do it. We do it. Just
I
double
can keep
up.
going down this little.
Like, what Nipsey say? Double up.
Oh my god. Okay, I got a couple more.
Okay, I'm ready.
You already negotiating with yourself on day 3. Okay, we've all done that. Like, well, if I eat just one more cookie, it ain't gonna matter. And then tomorrow
Imma
I'm gonna
just
get.
start over again tomorrow because then well, you know what? Maybe I don't say that I'm gonna not gonna eat any of that, or maybe I'm not gonna say I'm just not gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna work out every day. I'll just do 1 day a week. Like, girl,
Yes! I started with 3, but now I'm down to 2. 2 is enough. 2 is enough. And then okay, 1 is enough. Okay,
just go on and
none
throw the
is
just
enough.
yeah, it's over.
Never mind.
It's
Never
over.
mind.
Never mind. That was a
Never
good one.
mind. I'm just gonna sit down. Okay, those are all of them that I thought were interesting. Some of these are kinda silly, but, um, if you heard any of that and that triggered you, you need to rethink your
You
resolutions.
absolutely do.
Okay. Well, that's what I have for today. I'm so excited that it's New Year's Eve though, because 2026 is going to be beautiful. I am so excited. I do not have a resolution per se. I'm always in the midst of a goal because I'm always in the midst of embodying her.
Yes,
I'm
all the time.
always chasing her. And I don't even want to say like every year, but every so often I get closer and closer and closer. You know what's crazy is that I'll make a goal and I'll actually embody her. And then I'm like, let's put you back out here. Let's do some more shit. And so that's kind of, that's what happens with me.
I've accomplished shit or accomplished a goal or done some stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I don't even really want that no more. I don't
Yes,
want that. I don't want that anymore.
it's
And it took
okay.
me a long time. That again, that's one of those internal. That's some internal work I had to do because I just
Hmm.
assumed that because I made the choice, experienced the choice, it had the experience from the choice I made, and then
Hmm.
I had to make a decision. I didn't know that I had a decision I could make. I thought because I made the choice that I had to just live with that choice. No,
Yeah.
I have a decision. Do I
Yeah.
want to continue on with this experience or not? And just because I had, and because again, sometimes when I've made goals or wanted to do things or accomplish or have or whatever, I did it. I got the goal. I got said thing. And then this isn't, I don't even feel like I want this anymore. This isn't what I want to do anymore. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying?
And it's okay to pivot.
It's okay to pivot.
Yeah. It's okay to pivot. But at some point, you are going to achieve the impossible thing you thought was impossible. Let me tell you, I never thought I could get a PhD when I was younger. Like getting a PhD was a wild, impossible thought. Like, how would someone like me be able to attain that? And there was a lot of self doubt.
Yep.
But I made that my goal. I started my SMART goals. I started my short term, my long term. I gave myself wins. I celebrated myself. I buckled in and I grinded and I got that thing done. And so then when I achieved it, I was like,
Well, you look at there.
Barbara,
You got it.
okay, everybody, let's move you back out here.
Yes.
Let's do some more
Yes.
shit. And so
Yes.
you'll see that that becomes your kind of pattern eventually as you start to kind of knock some things out. And so for me, 2026 is going to be fascinating. I can't wait to get started.
I'm excited already. I can barely contain myself. You hear me? And that's another thing too. I know we kind of talked about this during the last episode, but having the right people around you. Because when you
Mm,
are ambitious, when you do constantly want to reinvent or rebrand or just grow and evolve as a person, as an individual, even just period, right? Everybody doesn't want to do that. So they look at you like, well, ain't you satisfied? And I mean, I've been told that before. You are never satisfied. And at first I took it as an insult because of how they were trying to give it to me, but I'm like, I'm
yeah.
not. Why would you want me to be?
Red flag. That has nothing to do with you. That is them projecting their own insecurities on you.
Exactly. But for
Yes.
a long time, I took that like, oh my gosh, like, am I not grateful? Am I not appreciative? Like, the whole
Mhm.
thing. But again, as you as you grow and, learn and start to heal stuff and work on stuff, that was some
Yeah.
internal shit that I needed to deal with, and I
Yeah.
did. So when they said that again, trying to
Yeah.
come for me, I'm like, no. To me,
That's
you
interesting. You
shouldn't be
know how
either.
the way I just filtered that to my through my brain was it was like, "Damn, so you was able to do that. I don't think I could do Ain't that enough? I mean, damn.
What did the dude used to, the
What
one
else?"
meme? Like, yes, that's exactly what it was,
Yeah,
but I didn't have
I
enough.
can't do that.
What
So, like, isn't that enough?
exactly. Like, ain't you done? Like, no, I just motherfucker get warmed
I
up.
just got started.
Just getting
Yeah,
started. So,
yeah,
hey, me and you ain't gonna work if this is how you feel. Because I'm gonna come back with some. Again, I'm gonna try the stuff. I might like it, might not. But I'm not gonna just not do anything. I'm not gonna be
yeah,
stagnant because to me, stagnation is just the closest thing to death. Honestly, you
yeah,
feel me? So
yeah.
I'm gonna come. I mean, I'm gonna come with it. Try it. Maybe stick with it. Don't like it. Try something else. Pivot
And
over
it's okay to
here.
pivot. It's okay. It's okay to pivot, but I don't think it's okay to quit. Don't
No,
quit on yourself,
we
but
ain't
pivot.
quitting.
You can
We
pivot.
not quitting. We
But
not.
I
We
think
not gonna do that.
you did say something very important, and that is having a community. When you have a community behind you, with you, in front of you, around you, you are able to achieve more because you have someone fanning your flames, right? Rather than being isolated and trying to achieve it on your own. There's
Yep.
something about having a sister circle.
It is.
It's just something about it, being able
It
to
is.
bounce ideas off of other people, being able to vent. Sometimes you just need to vent. Like,
Yep.
"Oh my god, let me tell you what happened." And we all have those moments, no matter how far up the ladder you get, no matter what type of situation it is. It could just be
Yep.
about your kids, your husband, your boyfriend, your, business, your job, your friends, your other friends that's not in the sister circle. You could talk about them. But just having those people who are like-minded and wanting to embody her are going to give you the fuel you need to achieve your own personal goals 2026. So make sure that
Absolutely.
you have that circle, um, and stay tuned because we might have some circles for you to be a part of.
We might have a few circles of our own.
Yes, come join our circle. Stay tuned. 'Kay. I really wanted to show you my Santa socks today. They're so cute. Did I show you? I know this is completely off topic, but I just
Let's
looked
see them, girl.
and I got my little Christmas blanket today,
You're so festive.
and I have my Santa socks.
Look at that.
Don't match my outfit at all, but it's the last day to wear them, so,
It is.
anyway.
Is it the last day? Okay, it
Yes,
is. It is. I'm like,
yes,
is
New
it?
Year's
Duh.
Eve. What do you
See that?
mean? You can wear
That
these
lets
on
you
January
know.
1st.
Like sometimes I'm gonna be honest with you. I know this is gonna sound so out of space, right? I feel like I'm in the fucking matrix. I be like,
'Cause you are,
what's
dummy.
today? Like, what's today? Like, I don't even feel this. I don't even feel right. You know what I'm saying?
You
Which
are
is
in the
another
matrix. That's
reason.
a whole nother
That's
conversation.
a whole nother conversation, but which is also why I have to do things that feel aligned because I can't keep letting people
You gotta
put like
break from the
time.
matrix.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm like stuck in this
That's a whole
vortex.
nother topic.
Okay.
Okay. So, with that being said, y'all, here's why LaTeisha and I do not make resolutions. The research backs us up. 91% of people fail the resolutions. And we're not saying that you're going to go out there and fail. What we are saying is that if you really want transformation, you need to be motivated, not reactive. You need to be strategic, not just flimsy and
Willy
just doing
nilly.
whatever. You
Yes.
need to write it down because Erica Badu stated that writing it down is critical to your transformation. Without writing it down, writing that shit down on paper. Um, Erica said it. I believe her. I believe her. Listen, Erica knows. The fresh start effect is real. Your brain does get a motivational boost in January, but it doesn't stay. It doesn't maintain itself. You have to maintain it through your actions and internal motivations. What does actually work? Goals tied to readiness, not the calendar. Needs to be ready. Goals framed as what you're moving toward, not what you're leaving. So positive language, not negative. And then most importantly, building the identity of the person that you're wanting to become. You're thinking about becoming her. What does she look like? What does she embody? How does she look? How
Yep.
does she think? How does she respond?
How does she walk?
How does
How
she
does she
walk? What does
how does
her
she sit?
facial expressions look like? How does she answer questions? How does she ask questions? Girl, how
What
does she
type
open
of
up?
boundaries does she have?
What? Yes, right? And then we go and we start to make goals for her, and then we rise up and attain them. Um, and so that's the difference between a resolution and a revolution. And you are wanting to participate in the revolution, and that's not the same as a
Mm-mm,
resolution. So as
mm-mm.
you write down your goals tomorrow, think about everything we said and wait for our announcement because we're going to help you
We are
to
absolutely
achieve.
going to help you.
Yes, we are. We are
Absolutely.
embodying her in 2026. All of us are together. Okay. So with
Time to
that being
activate some
said,
shit.
yes. So with that being said, Letitia, go ahead and tell us the things you want to tell us because you know.
I need everybody to like, share, comments, leave a comment. I mean, I already said that. Leave a comment. Like, share, subscribe. That's the one I left out. Sorry. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Please let us know what you think, what you enjoy, any questions, any suggestions, any of that good stuff. We love the feedback. And then we will definitely see you all next week.
Next year.
Oh yeah, it is gonna be
Yeah,
next year. Oh
yeah,
my
we can see
goodness.
you next year.
Goodness,
And
goodness, goodness.
we hope that you catch this fire and
Thrive.
Happy New Year, y'all.
Happy New Year.